Previous videos to this point have talked about the various aspects of reality, which provides the context for attempting to enable a better tomorrow. And at this point, it's appropriate now to begin to unfold the model itself. And the first component of that is the situation component. It's appropriate to first develop a definition or an awareness of what the situation is. Not you don't want to spend time making a lot of assumptions about the causes or the interactions that led up to this situation or what the solutions are. Just what is the situation as it stands that one wants to figure out how to deal with. Oftentimes we merge too many different aspects or perspectives together, and before we really have a good solid awareness or definition of what the situation is that we want to deal with, we're making lots of assumptions about what caused that situation and what the solutions are to the situation, and we sort of get ahead of ourselves, and we promote a level of confusion that's not beneficial in trying to actually understand the situation and what causes it. So as a beginning, we have to define the situation as realistically as possible and ensure that we're not making a lot of invalid assumptions about that definition of the situation. And this will become clear clearer once I actually get to a point of being able to present a couple of examples about employing this entire process. Once we have identified what the situation is, then it's appropriate to identify the behavior trends that have led up to the situation being the way it is. I think I said before that oftentimes we perceive the situation to be an event, though it's not really an event. There are in fact a set of behavior patterns behind the scenes that have led up to the situation being the way it is, though most of the time we're intently involved in lots of other things and only paying attention to part of the things around us. And as those behavior trends or patterns evolve to a specific level, they finally get our attention, and we end up with a situation that we perceive that we need to do something about. So going through and identifying what those behavior trends are will help us develop, in the next step, help us develop an understanding of how the situation came to be the way it is. So we need to define what the situation is and the manner in which things evolved to get it to that point. And we also need to identify what we believe the implications are of not doing anything. So there are lots of times that we identify situations that we think we ought to do something about, though we're uncertain as to whether or not it actually warrants action to do something about it, and identifying the implications of the situation if we don't do anything helps us determine whether or not it's really appropriate to do something about the situation. And the last part is what I talked before about our typical approach to dealing with situations is we simply want the problem to go away. And I think that we miss a tremendous opportunity in that by simply making the problem go away or making things go back to the way they were, we haven't seized the opportunity to enable us to actually move forward. So that a better approach is to say, if I could design the whole thing from scratch, what is the situation that I would like to have in existence as opposed to the current situation? So that I provide a basis for moving forward, and this is an ideal alternative which is fully realizable with today's technology. It doesn't take the invention of a time machine or something to allow it to happen. It has to be something that is it is technologically possible in today's environment. So what kind of an ideal alternative would we have for the situation? It provides us something identifiable to move toward so that we end up attempting to define a strategy that allows us to get from the current situation to what we would like the alternative to be, as opposed to simply making the problem go away so that in the end result we have no problem. And in doing this, it is extremely important to get multiple perspectives on all of these dimensions, simply because a single individual, in other words, there are few situations which an individual can remedy on their own. More often than not, there are numerous stakeholders that have to be involved to really even completely understand the situation and craft an approach to dealing with it, so that multiple perspectives simply allow us to develop a better definition or understanding or an awareness of what that situation is and the behavior trends and what's an appropriate alternative to pursue. So this is sort of a first breakdown detail of the situation aspect of the model. See you in the next video. Bye.